Hi, Wes Scott from Lifeback Law Firm. Today we're going to talk about hidden losses for creditors in bankruptcy. You know, when you file a bankruptcy, sometimes it's necessary for the trustee to get involved to administer the estate, of course, and sometimes it's even necessary for the trustee to hire an attorney to represent the estate. But we see sometimes fee applications come in for attorneys for bankruptcy trustees here in Minnesota that are they're really high. And the problem is, in some of these cases, they're unreasonable. I mean, they're not necessary in terms of the benefit to the estate versus the cost to creditors. And of course, the cost to creditors is there's less of a distribution to creditors when the attorney's fees eat up most of the bankruptcy estate. And we see that time and time again where, there might be $1 million in the pool, but the fees and costs are, just atrocious. It consumes most of that. And I think it's time, the Minnesota bankruptcy judges kind of rein some of that in. Some of this unnecessary litigation that seemingly is, done to churn fees and not for any sort of meaningful benefit to the bankruptcy estate. Unnecessary motions, unnecessary litigation. That, it is not a benefit to the bankruptcy estate. It's unreasonable. And so I'm wondering, and I think it's time that the Minnesota, bankruptcy judges take a look at this and reduce some of these applications. And maybe there needs to be more challenges to them. But we at Lifeback, if we get a situation where we get somebody who has back taxes, back child support, and there's assets in the bankruptcy estate, and the trustee's attorney is, we believe, churning attorney's fees just to create a big bill, we'll object to it. Because it's detrimental to the creditors, but it's more importantly, it's detrimental to the debtor who wants to see these debts paid. Instead of the money being funneled to an attorney whose benefit to the estate may or may not be reasonable under the circumstances. So when the time is right, when you're ready to get back your life, and do it with a law firm that's going to protect you and your rights, reach out to Lifeback Law Firm. You're going to be so thankful you did.